What's up, man?
Drew, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good. My name's Kevin. Nice to meet you.
Kevin, great to meet you, man. Sorry, I'm out here on the road right now. We're driving. We got a show over here by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania today. So we're out here driving. So I apologize if my sound quality is not the best.
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. In fact, I was just going to ask you where you are. So you're out on tour right now.
Yeah, we're out on tour right now. We're playing in Pittsburgh tonight. Then we're over in New Jersey tomorrow, and then we got about a show once a day this week. So
Right on.
um, lots of touring, man. It's a pretty exciting time. We've I've been doing country music for quite some time. I've been in Nashville for 13 years just a couple weeks ago, which is crazy to think about. And now, having our first ever top 15 at country radio and touring on a whole different spectrum. It's been a pretty cool year, buddy.
Well, of course, the big single right now is She's Somebody's Daughter, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. But I've seen a few articles where they call you an overnight success, and I wonder if you want to put your hand up a little bit and go, "Wait a second, overnight success? I've been at this since I was a kid," because you really have been.
Yeah, man. I moved to Nashville at 19 and everything really happened quick for me in Nashville at the beginning. I got a publishing deal, I got a manager, an agent, a label, all the things. And then in 2019, I kind of lost all that. My record label I was on closed down. The manager I was with and booking agent I was with decided they didn't want to move forward. I still had my publisher, which was great. He's been great to me. But I was like, what do I do? Like here I am. All I want to do is play music. And now I don't have an outlet anymore for my music. I don't have a way to be heard. And so around 2020, my friends were like, hey, you got to get on TikTok. I was like, what are these stupid videos you're doing? And they're like, you got to get on it. So
Right.
I got on there and I posted, me and my wife got married in 2021. And I did this tour right before me and my wife got married. I posted on TikTok and I was just like, hey, I don't have an agent anymore. COVID hit. I can't play shows anywhere. I said, I'll play in anybody's backyard that wants to have me. Just hoping, Kevin, that I'd get 5 shows. Um, and we ended up getting like 20 some thousand requests. So I went around the country, around America for 2 years and played in over 300 people's backyards. Just me and a guitar and a tour manager and this kind of little tour rig that we're in right now. And we just drive to people's houses. I mean, there was a stint we did 20 shows in 19 days, just hopping around to people's little towns, and it
And
was the
let me
coolest
let me
tour.
just interrupt you there for a second. So out of all those shows, what was the one that still sticks out in your head because it was really maybe unusual or unique or something like that?
Yeah, man, I think it was just they were all super had their own special moments. Luke Bryan did this big farm tour he does every year, and we played a big farm the night before his farm tour, the same farm. They asked me to come up there and open. So that one sticks out in my head. 400 or 500 people in a big field, and you're on a flatbed trailer, just kind of doing a pre-party for Luke. And and then there's one that sticks out in my head where I was in New York and it was so cold. We were sitting around a fire and there was just 5 of us, me and the 5 family members. And I just sit around a fire and I didn't even use the sound system. I just sit there and played for them. So it was that kind of gives you the whole spectrum of how big it was to how small it was. And it just really changed my perspective on songwriting because here I was in Nashville at this time for, you know, almost 10 years, thinking I was going to be by this time a staple name in country music and praying I was. But then I was playing people's backyards and it just changed everything because it was like, I realized, man, I'm not making music for country radio or I'm not making music for big label heads. Like I'm making music for people, like people. That's the real heart of everything we do. That's the real heart of country radio is the listener. And it changed everything when I was in their yard and they were telling me, man, you're that song means this to me, and that this is why I love this song. This is why what I love about you and your music. And it changed everything. And then that's what led to radio success, was connecting with the listener, connecting with the people. And so it really changed how I create music, how I wanted to create music. And then it, moved forward. And like I said, I did this tour and I posted on TikTok right after me and my wife got married. She's somebody's daughter's. This is the song she danced to with her dad on our wedding night. I made this wedding version just for her. I posted it the next week on our honeymoon. And in like a day's time, it got like 10 million views. And Kevin, my life was forever changed. I thought we were going to get every label in Nashville to call. I thought we were going to get us a big record deal. Well, that didn't happen. It just, I would get calls and it would kind of slow down and nobody wanted to sign us, probably because I've been around for a long time. And so last year I just decided to create my own record label and send this song to radio all by my freaking self. And here we are, top 15, baby, climbing the chart in America. And I just can't believe it. And now, we're getting some of our first ever stations in Canada to play my song. And that has never happened to me before. I can't imagine a whole other country hearing my music. And it's just so wild that, I'm even doing this interview with you, Kevin, just being honest. Like I never thought I would have a chance to ever be heard on Canadian radio. So it's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you, and with everything going on, that's so cool. Do you remember the first time you heard She's Somebody's Daughter on radio?
Yeah. It's been kind of crazy. I've been tuning in everywhere, when somebody's like, hey, we're going to play it, I'll get online and I'll log in, and I'll go to their website and be like, play it, man, play it. But the very first time I heard it, I was in my Sprinter van where we're at right now, because obviously we do a lot of touring. And I was in somewhere in New Hampshire, which is crazy enough. And the lady was like, hey, I'm about to play your song. And I was like, oh my goodness, well, I'm going to tune in. So I just tuned in online and sitting right in the driver's seat here and listened to it for the very first time. And that was one of the coolest moments. And now, like this morning, it was pretty cool. I got to hear Bobby Bones play it for the first time, which is like a big deal here in America. Bobby is a big tastemaker and got to do his podcast, which came out today. And, like a lot of firsts happening from this song, first top 40, first top 30, first top 20. And mind you, like I said, I have no manager, I have no label, and I'm just now today signing a booking agent deal, which is super exciting because I've been alone for 5 years, and so doing all this, and now it's been like, okay, well, now I'm going to get some help. Hopefully, that's exciting.
Was there a moment in amongst all of like before everything blew up where you thought, you know what, maybe this just isn't meant to be, and I got to go get a regular 9 to 5 job?
Yeah, 100%. Me and at that time, she was just my fiance. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm broke. I want to buy this girl a house. I want to, create a future for her. I want my father-in-law to not, think that I'm a broke musician. And, I want to have a baby, with my wife, and I want to support him and be able to provide for him, which we do now. We have a little boy now, which is awesome. He's 17 months old. And yeah, all that was going through my head. But the one thing was my wife just always supported me, was always like, hey, you're going to do it. God just didn't put a song in your heart for no reason. And that was a big driver for me. Even when I didn't believe in myself, she believed in me, and that really kept me going. And it really made me work harder, made me believe in myself again when I didn't believe in me. And it's crazy to look back now and think, wow, this is how far we've come in just not even a year's time, going from playing people's backyards, which I think I'll always do now. Like I'll think one time a year, I'll continue to do that. I mean, we're actually this weekend, we're playing somebody's backyard tomorrow with the top 15 single, which is cooler. You're like, hey, we get to bring you this top 15 song. We get to play it in your freaking backyard now. Now it's just not some guy from TikTok, it's somebody that's on the radio, which is a whole different thing. And so I'll probably I don't know, maybe every year for the rest of my career, who knows, but I might do some more of these backyards because I just love them so much.
I have to ask you about your hometown. Patoka? Is that how I pronounce it?
Good job. Yeah, not everybody gets that right, Kevin.
Less than 600 people. So does that mean that you're now the most famous person to come out of Patoka?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It was always, when I signed my record deal with my first company, the guy said, how are you going to know when you make it? And I said, man, if my hometown ever has a sign that says home of Drew Baldridge, now that would be pretty cool. And we got that sign last year, which was pretty awesome. It says "Home
Very
of Drew
cool.
Baldridge" when you pull in, and we do a big festival there. This year will be our third straight year of doing it, and it's just kind of I get to bring Nashville to my little town of 500 and some people. You know, we end up bringing a couple thousand people show up, and it's just so much fun. We kind of get to give back to the community, and yeah, man, that little town I grew up on, farming there with my grandpa, and so it always holds a special, and always will, a special place in my heart. My brother's still there, my mom and dad are still there, my cousins are there. That's home.
So the song's blowing up. You're out there, you're playing shows. What else is coming up in the next, 6 months for Drew Baldridge?
Yeah, man, I really want to get a number one. That's my goal, and I would love to have not only a number one in America, but a number one in Canada. Like that would be an amazing goal to have. I would love to be able to pull both those things off, and that's the main goal right now. But I'm in the studio trying to write the next one. That's a lot of pressure, and I'm sure you hear a lot of artists talk about this. You ring the bell one time with one hit, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I got to do that again. Like I got to have a song that means that much to people. And so
Yeah.
I'm writing a lot, I'm recording a lot, trying to get the next single, the next thing prepared, the next album. We're working on an album. I still love full length albums that people can kind of get an insight to me and my life. And so we're working on that. We got about 10 songs recorded. I'm working on a few more. Hoping to have about 15 is the goal. And I really, hope to continue to tour. I hope to get on a tour next year. I hope to, at the beginning of next year in the spring or the winter, like, hey, let's kick off 2025 with jumping on tour with somebody. And those are kind of my big goals. Number ones, both countries, heading out on the road with a new single that is reacting also. That's dream
And
case.
and come to Canada on that tour. Because I noticed you don't have any Canadian dates on your tour, right?
Yeah, well, we got one right now,
Okay.
which I'm really excited about. July 26th, we're coming to Chatham. Is that right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That's not I
yeah.
mean, it's a bit of a drive, but it's within reason, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's my first time. I played a festival up there called Boots and Hearts years ago.
Yes. Yes, Boots and Hearts are
Like,
giving away tickets right now on the radio station.
oh,
Boots and
okay,
Hearts,
nice,
yes.
nice. Yeah. So like 6 or 7 years ago, I came up there and played Boots and Hearts, like the next to Nashville stage, and that's the only time I've ever played Canada. So this is my first time back in like 6 or 7 years. But on my social media, everybody's like, "You got to get to Canada. You got to get here. You got to get here. You got to come." And I can just tell the big country presence that y'all have up there. People love country music. People are country folk. You guys are a lot of middle of nowhere towns up there. And, that's what I love is playing for people that really are passionate about the lifestyle of country music. Not just country music, but the lifestyle of it. And it seems like Canada is that way. And I'm really excited. Like I said, I haven't played in Canada in 6 or 7 years. So to come up and play Chatham, I'm really looking forward to that. Who knows, maybe we can put another date together while we're up there and do some more. But yes, I definitely want to get up there, especially when we got this song. Hopefully, we can get it start climbing the chart up there, and we can come and service the new fans that we're making in Canada.
Well, I know you got to go, but before I let you go, I have to tell you this story. So, as the program director as well, of course, we get sent a lot of music, and there's only so many spots, and as you understand.
Yeah.
And so I will, put them all on a playlist, and I'll drive around in the car listening to all those potential songs. And I had my youngest in the car. She's 12, and I said, "What song are you gonna pick? If you were picking, what would you pick?" And guess what song she picked?
No way. She picked She's Somebody's Daughter.
She picks She's Somebody's Daughter. She said, "Dad, I think
Yes.
you should play that one on the radio." And so I
Oh,
won't give her all the credit, but I will tell her that we definitely took it into consideration. And as of today, that song is spinning in regular rotation here on
dude, come
91.5.
on, man. Thank you so much. I owe your daughter. Well, next time I'm there, I'll buy her a cake or something. There you go.
Okay.
That's amazing,
That's
man.
all she wants.
That is okay. Perfect. Perfect, man. This is so awesome. But thank you for playing my song. It's a big deal. Thank
Awesome. Thanks so much, Drew. Pleasure to connect with you, and hopefully we'll get to see you live sometime too soon, okay?
I would love that, Kevin. Thanks so much, man. Great to see you.
Okay.